Today was practice number 7 of fall camp for the Miami Hurricanes, and they were finally in full pads. So you know what that means. It's time to find out who really wants it. It's time to separate the men from the boys. Where are the real dogs at? Who are the true playmakers? What's going on, Canes fans? Sorry about that. I maybe got a little carried away. If you can't tell, I'm very excited about Miami football in general almost being back and practice today. Let's just say I'm hyped up. And you know what? I thought about only rocking the shoulder pads for the intro, but we're all about doing things different here. I like to deliver my content and information in wild and unique ways, unlike anything else you see from other YouTubers. So, you know what? Let's just rock it for the whole video. So I'm going to give you a quick rundown and recap from practice today. But before we do, are you subscribed to this channel? You do know that there are a lot of benefits to being a sub here, right? At the end of the day, your coworker wants to know if you want to go out and hang out after work. And you can just let them know that Coop has a live stream scheduled. So, you have more important things to do. And, that's just one of many great benefits of being a subscriber here on this channel. So I personally think that you should think about it. You really should. Anyways, let's jump into this thing. And if you haven't already figured it out, today was the first fall camp practice in full pads. And it's really nice because once you throw the pads on and you start thudding and hitting and tackling to the ground, it really allows you to see who is starting to separate themselves from the pack. Now, it wasn't always tackling to the ground today, but there was a lot of thudding going on, and at times it was full contact. And this is just a random thought that I had literally right now while filming this video. I wasn't planning on saying this, but I wonder if Mario's approach to practice has changed at all this season. And I say that because think about the multitude of injuries that we had last year. And, we did have a lot of injuries during the season, but we also went into the season with a lot of injuries, both from spring practice and fall camp last year. And I'm just wondering because I think that technically they could have went full pads sooner than what they did. But I don't know. Maybe I'm looking too much into it. But I'm just kind of curious if that has crossed anyone else's mind. Because you do have to figure out where to draw the line, right? Football is a physical sport, so guys are going to get hurt at times. And I realize this is off topic, but it just crossed my mind. So let's carry on here. Offensive lineman Zion Nelson did practice today in full pads. We were talking just last week about how he might get beat out if he doesn't participate more in fall camp. But it's looking like that if he continues to improve and show progress, that he could still find his way in the starting rotation this season. And speaking of injuries, we've also been keeping a close eye on tight end Elijah Arroyo, and he did also practice today in full pads. So far, the coaching staff has just been keeping a close eye on him and limiting the reps as needed. Luckily, though, overall, there doesn't appear to be any significant major injuries to any of the guys that are probably going to be starters going into this season. At least not yet. I need some kind of wood to knock on, okay? Let's walk away from fall camp injury-free, mostly, and that would be a huge blessing. At the wide receiver position, Nathaniel Ray Joseph has been seeing more and more reps with the first team offense, both on the inside at the slot position and on the outside. And we saw a lot of that in practice today. Tyler Harrell also saw plenty of snaps with the first team offense, and understandable. It's only a matter of time with this dude. We're talking about a 4.2 speed kind of guy, so it's going to be hard to keep him off the field. And lastly, in that wide receiver room, Frank Ladson is a guy who's continuing to make strides and work his way up. Under Dawson's offense, lots of guys are going to get opportunities to play. I mean, even guys that are in the 2, 3, and 4th spot still have an opportunity to come in and make an impact this season. So they best be ready, is what I'm trying to say. Something that has surprised me a little, and we saw this in today's practice, is transfer running back Ajay Allen regularly getting snaps ahead of Don Chaney Jr. in that number 2 spot. Now, this is no shade at Ajay Allen or Don Chaney Jr. I love all the guys in that room. Parrish, Johnson, Fletcher, Citizen, even though, of course, he's not going to be seeing any playing time most likely, but all those dudes. But you guys know personally that I'm a big fan of Chaney, and I'm hoping that he has an opportunity to prove himself this season and, make an impact. But Ajay Allen, again, we can't look too much into the depth chart stuff, right? But the pads are on now, and we're going to continue to see more and more contact. And Ajay Allen he's trying to creep ahead and work his way into that number 2 spot. So time will tell. But the same thing goes for the running back room as it does with the wide receiver room. We're going to see guys getting lots of opportunities to play, rotating in fresh legs. It's going to be a fast offense. We're going vertical a lot. That means guys like Fletcher, again, who appears to have some of the better hands in that running back room, could see significant playing time this year. So it's going to be interesting to watch. Talking about the quarterback room for just a moment, because everybody loves talking quarterbacks, Emory Williams still seems to be more accurate consistently over Jakari Brown. And that's not talking down on Jakari. It's just that those guys both kind of bring slightly different skill sets to the table. Plus, Emory is still very young, so Jakari Brown will most likely be that number 2 quarterback. But as far as just accurate, consistently day in and day out, I think that award's got to go to Emory. Now, of course, TVD is still the top dog. He's the guy, QB number 1, the leader, the one who has, really taken the reins of this offense. But we're talking about the battle for that number 2 spot. In the linebacker room, Basaint, Keontra Smith, and Malik Bryant all really impressed today with the pads on. It's still an all-out battle at that position. On the D-line today, Ahmad Moten saw plenty of snaps. Now, again, this guy is a redshirt freshman, but obviously the coaching staff sees something in this guy. But there's also, the fact that we saw what happened last year, during the season with, tons of guys going down with injuries. So you do have to ensure that everybody is ready to play. So it's important to have some guys on defense, maybe that are 2 and 3 guys, still sometimes get reps against the first team offense, to face some better, stiffer competition and flip that around for offense versus defensive guys. Flip it however you want, but you know what I mean. And to wrap this thing up, I swear, cornerback Damari Brown might find a way to end up on the field more regularly than I anticipated with his older brother, Devontae Brown. This guy, again, his footwork, his athleticism, his football IQ, he continues to work hard and just make it look easy out there. So there's a chance, especially as the season progresses, that you might hear a lot of Devontae Brown and Damari Brown. So that's really about it for practice number 7 today for the Miami Hurricanes. We've uploaded a video for every single fall camp practice so far, except for the mysterious top secret number 5 that happened on Sunday. But hey, again, Mario's not big on the media, and honestly, I don't blame him. But otherwise, I'm here to keep you guys up to date with every little thing that goes down with the Miami Hurricanes. We are in full-time grind mode. So I'm looking forward to all the fun that we're going to have this season. Let's chop it up about something down in the comment section below. It was like crickets in the last fall practice video. Like, I know there's got to be something you guys want to harp on or something you want to bring up. I don't know. Let's chop it up about something. If this thing has 3,000 views, I want to see at least 200 comments. Come on, help me out. Something. Let's chop it up. I'll respond to as many as possible. We can talk about position groups, players, coaches, fall camp, the season, anything you want. Let's just hype this thing up, man. I'm excited, and I feel like I need to see more energy and more excitement from Canes fans. Guys, the season is almost here. Come on. Remember, though, guys, we're all one big happy college football family, but at the end of the day, I got to say, it's always better when you get to rep the U. Coach Coop, peace out. I'll see y'all in the next one.